everybody. Today we have an amazing personality in the house. Someone a lot of you love and someone a lot of you really don't like. Maybe because he has said something about you or your fave, but he's a creative with background in advertising, and I'm so glad he's here today so he can help us, spill the tea on some of the things that are happening in the industry. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome let me introduce him well. Your number one food critic, right? In Nigeria, Mr. Opeyemi. Yay! So you're welcome to the show, Opeyemi.
Thanks for having me on the show.
You are welcome. We're going to go straight. Okay, no, let's start from the very beginning, right? Because right now, everybody, you came in here, and guys, let me just tell you, he came in here, took one look at this thing, and then he said, "This is green tea. This is not the regular tea." He knows just by looking at it. That means this thing is not a fluke. It's in him.
If chefs hear what you say, they will laugh down. So because of green tea, it's been like
No, but it's cool to me. So for someone means you've been in this thing for a long time. You have it in you, and I want to believe that it started from when you were young. So just walk us through it. How did you get? Where were you born? How were you raised? Why do you have this taste for food? And then how did you get to where you are? Just
the story is not as sweet. It's not that aspirational, but I would summarize it. So I grew up in a home where we liked food. Mostly my mom, we traveled abroad a lot. So while people were going abroad for Disneyland and for vacation,
Yeah.
we were traveling abroad for food, to explore different food in different countries.
Really?
So I think that's the starting point. Then in Nigeria too, we go to restaurants a lot. Then in my mom's studio, I'm the first of 3 kids. I was the one that had the most interest in food. And
Okay.
since she's like me, she likes food. So she just groomed me that, okay, let me have a child that we would like food together. So that's the story. Then Instagram came.
Yeah.
Then 2013 was when I joined Instagram. I used to just post food content. There was no plan to blow. There was no plan to be an influencer. There was no plan.
Yeah.
I just used to post about food and. Then also, I did mass comm journalism.
Yeah.
So I used to write about food, post
Okay.
picture, write reviews and everything.
About food, yeah.
That's me summarizing it. Then I began working. So I worked in journalism. I was an editor. I was the highest pinnacle. So I began working when I was in year 2. So what I was studying to do in university, I was doing it already when I was in year 2. So when I finished school and in 3-4 years time, I was at the highest point. So I was like, this is too easy for me. I'm young. Let me switch to advertising. And that was when everything changed. So then I switched to advertising and, I saw how campaigns were being done and how you can make yourself professional. Then there was one time in our agency, Web Coopers, by the way.
Yeah, I know what.
Golden One came, to do a campaign. And they said, use influencers for the campaign.
Yeah.
And they were choosing influencers in different niches, lifestyle, sports. And I'm like, this is a food brand. Why can't we use food influencers for the food brands? And they were like, we don't really have food influencers, except chefs.
Yeah.
Which are never influencers. Except maybe Chef Freg's was big then and everything. So except chefs, we don't really have a lot of food influencers like that. And then I was on I think 5K.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm an influencer now. I post about food. They were like, no, you're not an influencer. Then they opened this app, Ninjalytics. Do you know the app?
Yeah.
That will break down your page, show the average
everything.
likes and everything.
Yeah.
They were like, if you're an influencer, you should have this number of followers. You should have this number. They were mocking me, but office banter.
Yeah, but that's not how to go about knowing who an influencer is. It doesn't matter if you have 1,000 followers, provided you
Not
can
even followers,
them.
Engagement.
Engagement.
If
anyway,
brands,
I understand that brands, that's how they do.
the first steps. There's more to it, but the basic, okay, influencer, but you have just 5 comments, 10 likes and stuff like that. So they did that, and I was before the year, I think that was February 2019 when that happened.
Yeah.
And I told them before the year ends, I'm going to be the biggest food critic in Nigeria. And because of the access I had to information about advertising, and I knew exactly what the brands wanted, I knew that to be an influencer, it's not really about brands, but about building a community. And I had access to look at other influencers. Then we had profiles of all the influencers, what they were doing, what they should stop doing. So I had access to information.
Yeah.
So with that information, I grew really, really fast. I'm still growing, Sha. But this food stuff, since it's a niche stuff, only those who needed to know me knew me.
Knew you, yeah.
People watching this will say they knew me this year. But since 2020, I've been popular, but it was in the food space. It's just last year that, I was blowing outside the food space.
Why was that?
Eh?
Were you doing anything different?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, yeah, so I began that, and in like 3 months, my numbers like went up because I knew exactly what to do. So in 3 months, my number went up, and same way, there are people in Nigeria who don't know me this year, and they'll discover me next year, and they'll swear that, oh, this guy's a new guy in the food space. So yeah, that's like the summary
Summary.
of
I
the
wanted
story.
to ask you why review, but there is no need for that. You've already said it.
Like again,
You
there was
grew
no
up.
plan to blow. It was when we're doing that campaign that I'm like,
Yes.
wait, they pay influencers this amount, and I do food there, and here we are.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your big break, because you just said you started
I've not had it
spiraling.
yet though. Big breaking like
Okay, so when you started spiraling, your numbers started spiking up. What were those things that you actually did to make it blue? You know, you have to teach other people. You have to you have to spill some secrets.
So it's like at different points there are different
Yeah.
breaks.
Okay.
So when I was in the food space, like when I was food popular, now I would say I'm becoming small, like commercial popular.
Yeah.
When I was food popular, before I used to just post random. Do we have time? The story
Yes,
is long.
so yes, we have time. Just
Okay.
give it
So I wasn't the first person doing this thing I'm doing. There were like 7 others before me.
7.
Yes.
You know them
Yes,
exactly.
now, yes. So I
Okay.
blocked myself. That's what I did. So that's where working in advertising came in.
Okay.
And then, 9 to 5, the pay was good, but it wasn't that good. So all of them, they were rich kids. They were using iPhones. And they were all taking pictures.
You're a rich kid too now. Because you said guys were always traveling just to go and sample
one
food.
thing is that my daddy's money and mommy's money was never my money.
Okay.
That's the way I see
Okay.
it now. Like, so you're a rich kid and you are rich. Yeah, so like there are different things.
Okay.
So yeah, so all of them, there were 7 of them. They were rich kids. They used to go to expensive restaurants.
Yeah.
They'll take pictures, then write the review in the caption. And I was using an Infinix phone then. Was it a Techno phone? And I'm like, I cannot beat these guys. The money they have, I don't have it. I cannot afford to go to. I can do that now, thank God. Like, it's wild.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot afford to be going to expensive restaurants back to back. What can I do that will set me apart from them
Yeah.
and make me unique and catch their attention? And I'm like, okay, since my phone is a trash phone, I can't beat them in photography because the quality is not good. I have a deep voice.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I just said, let me start doing videos. At least, even though the quality is not good, nobody else is doing videos. So I'll do a video entering the restaurant, and when you're watching the video, you feel like you're in the restaurant with me. And just to capture the attention of people, I began this, intro. Hi, I'm Famakin Opeyemi, the biggest food critic in Nigeria. Like, that's the reason why. If I began with an iPhone, I would not have created that intro that many chefs dislike. Like, that's the reason why I did
You
that
know
intro.
people dislike it, yeah?
It's actually more love than hate, but how I say it is that if you enter a room full of 100 people and you're blindfolded, and 30 haters are shouting, "We hate Opeyemi," and those who are quiet don't say anything, you swear that everybody in that room hates Opeyemi.
Yeah.
Because the love, like I know
Yeah.
about the love,
Yeah.
but those who hate,
They are
like
the
they're
loudest.
louder. So like
Yeah.
people think everybody, no, it's actually minimal hate. It's just they're very, very loud about it. So yes, so I just said, you know what, let me switch. So I began doing videos, I began doing voiceovers, so that made me stand out.
Yeah.
And I began doing Sakpa content, relatable content. What they were doing, steak and sushi. I was going to local places like the best amala. Like even yesterday I still did it because I know what gets the numbers. So they were speaking to the 10% elites.
Yeah.
And I was speaking to the 90%. So while all of them were fighting for the 10%, the 90% was mine. And because it's a numbers game, like,
Interesting.
and I'm still using that strategy.
That
till
strategy.
now.
Yeah, so because my next point was going to be like, oh, did you have a strategy in place? But you
100%.
clearly did, yes.
Like 100%. Like I
Yes.
treated myself like a brand. 100% I did.
Yes. And even though you were targeting the 90%,
Yes.
there's just some other things that also set you apart that make your brand stand out, which is why, right? Which is why I feel like you're different, because we have a lot of other food critics right now. People are also doing voiceovers.
Yeah, a lot
People are doing all the things you're doing right now, especially even in Nigeria and abroad, right? But somehow you manage to bring your personality to light, into it. How did you do that? Why do you think it's because of your deep voice?
Nope. So when I did 9 to 5, even though I liked the idea that I could be paid for it, money wasn't like the goal.
Okay.
And in Nigeria, a lot of Nigerians, this is the part they will put on Instablog Naija. A lot of Nigerians are spineless people when it comes to reviews, yes. Because if I say this person's burger, like Don Jazzy burger now, I was the only one in Nigeria that told him the truth because nobody wants to offend Don Jazzy. I wasn't even doing it to be malicious. Everybody wants to be in his good books.
What's the truth about Jazzy burger?
No, the review then, he has changed it now.
Okay.
So when he brought out his burger then, everybody was in, it's delicious. Like everybody, because it's Don Jazzy, like he's loved, he's a good person.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to tell him that, okay, this burger is good, but. So I was the only person. And I'm like, okay, this burger is good, but to make it better, work on this, work on this, work on this. And Nigerians were like, how dare this guy
say something
say
like that?
This about the guy we love.
Yeah, I can relate.
So like, I do stuff like that and it gets me into a lot of trouble. Like, I'm always saying it the way it is. And Nigerians see me as a business destroyer. But when I did that review of Jazzy Burger, every single thing I told him to work on, he worked on it. But people hated me for saying it. Probably he has animosity towards me, but like, they benefited better burgers. He worked on his whatever, and I'm the bad guy. So yeah, so Nigerians, so I think that sets me apart. And people don't know this, but even though they hate me, some people hate me, the negative reviews I do is the reason they trust me, because my value is trust as an influencer, as a food critic. My value is trust, and those once a while negative reviews I do, saying this food is not good, work on it, even though they hate those reviews, they don't know that those negative reviews are the sole reason why when I say this restaurant is good, go there, they go there. Like yesterday I was in a place, Mama Toyin, on my last spot, and I went there, did the review, posted immediately, and in less than 4 hours I have receipts on my page. She was calling me crying, saying she's sold out, she's selling this. And they think, oh, because it's numbers. No, it's not numbers, it's trust. And the reason why you trust me is not because I do fun content. It's not because I'm, yuppie. It's because okay, this guy, even though I don't like him, but when the food is bad, he will say it. So meaning if he gives bad reviews, when he says the food is good, that means even though I hate his face, but I'll try the food.
Yeah.
So they don't know, and I know that. So that's why no matter the backlash I get, I would always be objective. I would always, if something is bad, I'll say it as it is. Because even though I'll get backlash, but I know that bad review, people will trust me for that bad review.
Well, that's very important, especially if you want to be a content creator in Nigeria. That trust, that confidence in your art, very, very, very important. And that's what it means to be an influencer, because I keep saying
I'm not
it
an
every
influencer.
day.
I'm a
Okay, what are you?
It's like Semini now.
Yeah.
Is he an actor or is he an influencer?
Oh, he's an actor.
Thank you. But does he influence?
Oh, yes, it does.
But is he an actor?
Yes, an actor.
Exactly. So I'm a food critic.
I'm happy you're saying that, because a lot of people think that being an influencer is the role, but that's not the role. You have to be something, and then you have the power to influence people. So you necessarily do not have to call yourself an influencer.
I know they do, because I heard they want to start putting Kilongwe tax. I'm not an influencer. I don't make money. Hey, I don't go tax me. This grocery, all this big, this grocery, my big cash.
Okay, so my next question to you is
this.
Now, you do get a lot of backlash, especially when you...
I get more love than backlash, but
yes.
Let's speak about backlash.
But when you criticize some of the celebrities, do you purposely pick on celebrities? Is that part of your strategy?
Picking on celebrities. So here's the thing. Shout out to working in advertising and psychology. There was a time I used to do wine education and wine, videos, and I used to be serious, and I used to be the food critic everybody expects me to be. I would, wear a tie, say, hello guys, so today we'll be discussing wine, and we'll do this, and you swipe up. If you don't have interest in wine, I'm talking about how to hold a wine glass.
Yeah.
You swipe up.
Yes.
But when you see me correcting a celebrity, it is cruise, it is fun, but indirectly, you will learn how to hold a wine glass. So am I picking on them, or am I using that strategy to teach people like food etiquette and wine culture? So
what are you doing?
You're
not asking. You're asking us.
So
tell us what you're doing.
It's a strategy. I won't call it picking. Like, it's not malicious. I'm not trying to bash this person, because if you watch the video with an open mind, you know that it's catching crews and it's correcting them. So picking is would you call it bullying? No, be honest with me.
No, because I do that sometimes when I see an advert and I be like, okay, let me talk about what's good about this advert and what's bad.
Is it malicious?
Doesn't matter. Never from the place of malice.
I think you and I are very, very similar.
Yeah.
I think we're similar in a way.
It's never from the place of malice.
So it's not malicious. It's just because I've done it before. Like I know Nigerians will claim, oh, be more serious, be more this, but I've done like there's receipts, proper videos of me being like a lecturer saying, oh, today we have red wine, white wine. What is the difference? No, but you swipe. Only those who genuinely have interest in wine will watch those videos. But these videos I'm doing, catching
You used to
cruise,
watch. You used to wear tie then, Abby.
suits, yeah. Suits you get. So like those serious videos, people watched it though. Like I've always had numbers, but this strategy gets me more numbers, and indirectly, I'm teaching a whole generation without them even knowing about food and wine etiquette.
So you took the suit off, and was this look?
Suit is
outfit?
very no, just for wine.
Was this outfit like a strategy too?
No, for
The
the
cap.
no, I feel more comfortable and more handsome wearing native. Like who cares about that? Suit, you'll be sweating. But everything they do this one. You get, but native, you look. I don't know. I don't feel more comfortable in native.
Well, how do you handle the haters? Because I did see on your comments sometime you were like, "Oh my goodness, my management has told me that I should stop being salty in the comments."
Because I enjoy insulting back. I enjoy it. Like it's not a maybe. Oh, people are insulting me. So how I see
Are you
it?
from Oyo?
Eh?
Are you Oyo?
God forbid. I don't understand. You guys insult me.
Why?
I'm from the original Yoruba states where Oduduwa came from.
Which is Ife.
I didn't exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Interesting.
Because you say you give them gospels back. Oyo people, I mean, they're known for.
I mean, Ife and Oyo was once an empire, so like maybe they took that behavior from Ife since it was once an empire. So also too, like I said,
Yeah.
being a popular whatever was but generally not like an intention. Wasn't the plan. I was just the guy that genuinely loved talking about food, and he saw a chance to scale up, and he took it.
Okay.
Like many influencers now, they see it as, oh, there's money in influencing in this niche. I don't really have interest in it, but I'm unemployed. Let me start doing. And the game is the game. I'll not shit on those doing it. And they, purposely, actively try to become influencers. That was not my story. Like I just loved talking about food. If I did not make a dime from talking about food, I will still be doing exactly what I'm doing. If I did not make a dime, and if I stop making money from this food stuff, I will not stop talking about food. So like it is genuinely a passion for. Like I went to Boni State, nobody paid me to explore their food. I don't make it. I spent money. So it's like
But back to my question.
Where are you from?
Your money.
I'm just curious. What's
I'm
that?
from Imo State.
Well, I've not been to your. I should begin to your state like in 2 months'
Please,
time.
yes, go there and let me know. I haven't been there in a while. Okay, so I was saying your management was saying you should stop being salty.
Yes, because I usually reply my trolls when they insult me.
Okay. So that means
I stopped.
you guys are making conscious effort right now to just sanitize your space.
It's working, yes.
Yeah.
Like before in the past, like then I used to trend on Twitter. Because normally they'll say I'm a celebrity. I don't see myself as a celebrity. I'm a regular guy that just has numbers. When people insult you, you are meant to be the bigger person. And I'm like, me bigger. I'm just big. Me bigger. Like I will give you back to you.
Demure.
She was like, nah. Like I do not. Because I'm like, I can insult back too. Like I can clap back too. So like maybe some celebrities genuinely cannot clap back. I can clap back.
Yeah, no, but it depends on what you want your brand to be like. There are some that you can be creative with your clap bags, and also how were you doing it? Were you just giving them like insulting them?
Look at this guy, big head, does not know anything. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like maybe, maybe I'll come for like I'll go lower. Like maybe your father too is my mentor in in being a dumbass.
Okay, well that means that was too much, because right now you have a responsibility.
But
You are
why
popular
somebody
now.
insults me and because of responsibility?
Yes, you have a bigger
No reason,
responsibility
just
now.
this guy. I don't like this guy. He has a big head. His head is empty. No reason. And I should just be quiet because
Yeah, you have to act demure.
I'm doing that now, but I blocked them. I don't reply them anymore.
Okay.
Yes.
No, but because it's good, you already have followers now. You have people looking up to you.
Management told me to do so, and they explained to me why. That the big brands are. I'm like, I don't. Fuck. Can I swear? You can't swear here.
No, you are free to swear.
So
It's
like,
not going on.
if you do this, the big brands will not work. I'm like, F the big brands, man. Like, I'm not doing this for brands. Big brands will not want to, and it makes you understand.
Yeah.
But I don't do it anymore. But I'm not going to say that I'm pained. I cannot do it. I'm genuinely pained. But yes, my page now is love and lights. They are rarely because they know you will not reply us.
You still reply
don't
because your
anymore.
reply is my manage. You're lucky. My management said.
That's my reply. Not your father is my mentor in being an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean,
But so, would you say that the whole food critiquing thing is profitable?
for me, yes. 'Cause I'm not the only. That's a very, very tricky question to answer because I have many, many friends who do this and they are very, very hardworking and they do it well. And if you ask them, is it profitable? They will say no. They will give many complaints about the industry.
Oh,
If you ask them about their struggles, they would go on for 2 hours saying, oh, they struggle with this, they struggle with that, and it's valid. So I can't speak to everybody.
yeah.
But is it profitable? I think out of like, for me, I don't know. I'm the highest paid food critic in Nigeria, so like, should I say no? So for me,
Yay!
it's profitable, I guess. I guess.
So, who are the kinds of brands that patronize your services?
Shout out to me trying to appeal to the 90% and not the 10% because the average Nigerian, and you cannot blame them, when they want to start doing something, they always like to do the let me package myself for the big brand so that when the big brands see me and this. And I don't know, I just felt like these big brands will never accept me, they will never love me. So don't ever try to appeal to them. Try to appeal to the grassroots and the middle class who would appreciate you. So like there was one time I made a statement about our soup. Early
Which
this
soup?
year. Our soup. I said it was overrated.
Oha soup,
I
yes.
still think it is.
Our soup.
Oha is overrated.
Because there are better Igbo soups.
Okay.
Like Ofensala
Offense, okay.
and that one that you guys stole from Edo State, that black one. What's that one?
Which one is that?
So that is this thing.
Black soup.
Not is it black soup?
Wait, I don't know. I don't
There's
think it's
Ofe. I
black.
like with rice that goes with rice.
Yeah, ofensala
yeah.
goes with rice
Okay.
and
How's Ofensala? Ofe Aku, yes. the one that
Ofaku, that's
you
the one that
guys-
goes with rice.
The one,
Yes,
the one that you
yes.
guys stole from, you know.
I don't know for
Edo State
you.
does not speak Ofe on it. Yes, like that one is better in my own opinion as a food critic. It's better than Oha. So when I made that statement, I wasn't saying Oha is trash. I meant they're better soups. Long story short, the Igbo community around the world reported my page for inciting violence, and IG took down my page.
Really?
That was like early this year, and since then, no big brand has worked with me since then. But like the money, when I made the statement saying I make 9M on a bad week, people thought I was capping. The money has not gone down. I still make that money. So imagine if my target audience for sponsorship was big brands, I'll be broke right now.
Yeah.
But because from day one, my target audience were businesses that need me. Big brands, if I'm being honest, if me pays me to do an advert, they don't need me to get them sales. They have sales. It's just for continuity, awareness. Like if
positioning.
Okpe does not say no me is sweet, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
But the brands that I make money off of, that money, their retainers are the brands that okay, if Okpe does a post for them, it will reflect in their sales. Heavily. So from day one, my target audience was never the big brands. It was the small middle class
Middle
brands. So
brands.
those are the ones sustaining me because if Okpe is cancelled on Twitter, but like if Okpe still says our food is nice, or if Okpe affiliates with us,
But how do you draw the line? Because if these brands pay you
yeah.
and you are required to also be objective, because I know that's a question that I've also
Hello guys,
asked
I
before.
discovered this new tea brand. I don't know. It's called green tea. It's 50K for those who love green tea. I'm drinking it today. Did I say it was good?
No.
I just said I'm drinking green tea. So,
Okay.
yeah. I've answered your question.
Yes.
So there's a difference. So that's not a review.
That's not the review. That's
not a
just
review.
like
that's just me.
making them popular, giving them brand
Yes, and
awareness.
because people trust me and they like me. There are some brands that are returned. Like today, I can show you a DM of a person that sent me a product, and it was paid. And I said, "Oh, more, I cannot review that. Send your account. I'll send you the money back." Because I know my value is trust.
Yeah.
If I genuinely don't like your product, I'll tell you to work on it, and anonymously I'll order it again, or visit or buy it again anonymously. And if it is, I will send your money back. So that's how I balance it.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
so, like, or maybe just do this. Like, I did not say the food is sweet. I did not say buy it. I just said I'm drinking green tea today, and the brand is Live with Linda brand. So that's how I balance it. Semantics.
So, one more question I'd like to ask you. You're making a lot of money from just doing this
Allegedly,
content.
I
remember the 9 million.
I was just, you believe me? They believe Yoruba man. I was just playing. No, I was just playing. Allegedly.
And I would say well, a lot of people will say, oh, you do the minimal thing, right? Yes, sometimes you record, but you just do it from the comfort of your home, or sometimes you just go to the restaurant. Some people might think it's lazy, but you're making so much
It's very
money out of
intentional.
it.
So
Yeah.
so I call it lazy content. So I call it when you give a hard-working person work to do,
Yeah.
and the person gets the job done in a lazy way. So what I would say is that people are seeing the finished version of me. Like I told you, I began doing this stuff 2013,
Yeah.
and in the food space I blew 2020. That means I had 7 years of making mistakes and studying my audience and
Yeah.
doing human psychology. For example, there's a guy that is upcoming. He's a food critic, so Brian. He won a world record for visiting 150 restaurants. Me and him collaborate a lot.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yes, and I always show him my blueprints, and I told him one time that let's go and review a restaurant that sells pork. It's based in Abuja.
Okay.
That can you find a place in like the dirtiest in the trenches of Abuja? That let's go there. And he said why? And I'm like, first of all, local food would always give you more numbers than fine dining. But new food critics would think that, oh, let me do fine dining that people cannot relate to. So I know, like these, what's it called again? Like these details, I know them. And in the video, instead of just going there and saying, oh, the food is sweet, the food is nice, I told the owners that we're coming to your restaurant. Like, I know them, I've been to the restaurant before.
Yeah.
I told them, we're coming to your restaurant, that can you have a live pig available?
A live what?
A live pig.
Okay,
A pork
okay.
restaurant, a
Yes.
live pig available.
Yeah.
Then you kill it, butcher it, and stuff. So in the video, a very, very quick 30-second video that looks very, very lazy. I told Brian that we're getting 2 million views from this video. But if
And
you
you
watch the
did?
video, yes, and what did I do? In the video, I didn't even do a review. I just did a video with a live pig before.
And
Then,
after.
and now boom, after, so it's being, like not killed, like already killed, just the meat
Yeah.
being butchered. And
Yeah.
that's lazy 5 seconds of...
That's not lazy. That's actually
But
creative.
if you are watching the video,
Yeah, you'll be
30
like
seconds,
they didn't do much.
30 seconds
Yeah.
video that looks like cruise. Just
Yeah.
a live pig before, after being roasted and not. I did not say a word. I did not say the food is sweet. I did not say the food is bitter. I have the voice of the woman crying. Saying normally she opens her shop 12 o'clock and closes 6. That after that review for 2 weeks, she opened her shop 9 a.m. and closed like 6, 7 a.m. because of that video. That I did not say a word and I played music. So if you are watching a video, I don't know, this guy is lucky. He's just to go and eat and post video. But the thoughts that went into that video, the average food blogger going to do that, they'll just go and say, hello guys, I'm in this restaurant and today we're eating pork. The food is sweet. I'm not shitting on them. Like they will get there. But I've had years of experience, years of experimenting, years of failing, and years of knowing that this content. For example, I know doing tea and cocktail content will never work on Instagram. If you want to be a food critic, because I've done it enough times to know. So it looks lazy, it looks like it, but I promise you, everything I do is intentional.
Okay. Guys, I know some people might be like, oh, but I'm into lifestyle. If you're into lifestyle, please stick to lifestyle. His own suits his brand. There's some people that might come now and decide to copy your strategy and do what you're doing and still fail. So I always tell people, before you start, think very well what works for me. Take his advice. There are a lot of nuggets that he has dropped now that can help you when you're starting out in your own, stuff. Now, the next question I want to ask you, how do you feel when you take people's content, for example, and then you do that thing that you just put your reaction, and then it now goes viral? Because I know you did something like that, and you were like, you felt bad.
Oh, you read me? Are you serious?
Yes, I did.
Did you read the part where I said the person that I reacted to also got followers? Like, was a follow-up?
Yeah.
Chef Poland.
Okay, you also got followers, but you do that a lot. So I just want you to.
So I mean, on Instagram, if you react to somebody's content, it's Opeyemis name, then
of course, and person's name,
So and it's a feature on Instagram. Like, I'm not just.
So why were you feeling bad?
Because like the chef did. So I do these reaction videos a lot on Instagram. There's even a story behind it. So the chef did all the work, all the creativity, the cooking, the spending money. What did I do? The food looks nice. And the chef got maybe 100k views.
Yeah.
And I got 2-3 million views. So I just felt empathy. Like, that this guy did all the work and he just got 100k views. But I just laughed and everything, and boom, I'm the one getting the millions of views. But then he reached out to me and said, the video is nice, let's even collaborate. So I've done 2 other contents, me and him collaborating together. So I have empathy, even though I seem like a dick or a jackass. Like I have empathy, but I don't like showing it to you people, but like I do. So there's that, yeah.
All right, cool. Before I move to my next question, which would be what advice you have for people that are looking up to
I don't be
you.
anybody's mentor.
Do you guys have?
I'm not anybody's mentor. Before they say, okay, I'm not anybody's mentor. But one thing
No,
I say,
you already are a mentor. As
I'm
far as
not-
you have a lot of followers, you have a
anybody's-
responsibility.
your parents should be your mentor. But I can give advice that if I was to, but I knew this though. I would tell creators. Most mistakes I see creators making is number one, copying somebody's
Yeah.
content. You know, by being inspired by someone's content, you would unconsciously start copying the person and you will not know.
You will know.
You can never, like when you were doing this stuff,
Yeah.
I knew many people that were copying you. You cannot be bigger than her in what she's doing, except you do it in the
another
opposite
way.
direction.
Yeah.
But if you are doing it like her, like I'm not capping, everyone has their time. My time is now. Until she retires and says I'm not doing it again. You can never be bigger than her in doing this stuff. So when doing content, don't copy it or do it like those doing it before you, because you can never be bigger than them. Number one, so do it differently. That's number. Be different. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Be original. Be strategic.
Yeah.
Hard work is smart work. Oh, I learned this in smart work always from hard work. And number two, at least for me, try not to do content with what will brands say. Now, I'm not saying be wild. Focus on creating a community that respects you, that listens to you. Brands don't care about you. Brands don't like you.
Until the audience does.
All you are is a door to brands. We want to speak to this community. We don't have them. Opeyemi is the door to our community. There are many brands that have given bad reviews many times. But when they are doing a campaign, they still pay me. Because first of all, who else do they pay? Like, who else in the food critics pay? Like, who else? So like, and I'm like, wow, like, because I would assume if you bash them once, twice, like they'll cancel you.
Yeah.
So it's like all you are is a door to them. So if you're focusing on, you know, doing content for let brands say me, I don't have, you know, followers. Brands don't care. They will not work with you. If you are saying no, like Coke, now I love Coke. Every day post about Coke. One day Coke, they will not reach out to you because you post them a lot. But if you have the audience that listens to you and Coke wants that audience, they'll reach out to you. So focus on building a community that listens to you, and don't put all your focus on, oh, let me do this for what will brands say, let me package myself. Like my management told me when they joined me, was it like early this year, that, oh, let's repackage you to start doing content to speak to brands, stop doing all these food vendors, street food. I said never. Like I told them,
No.
because that's like the normal way.
Yeah.
You know, let's package you to look fancy, to do this, and you know, it was good intentions.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, that's like my audience are not the big brands.
Yeah.
Those who are doing it for the big brands, it works for them. But mine is the middle, because nobody speaks to them.
Even
It's a
as at
monopoly
that,
for
I
me.
think even that big brands can still work with you because you have the 90% audience. It doesn't really matter. If they want to work with you, they'll still work with you.
So
Yeah. It's just the saltiness that
I promise, I keep saying it. Like lately, I realized that I've reduced. Like, if you think I'm a prick now, can I? Okay, again, bro, 3-4 years ago, I was brutal. I
Yeah.
promise you that no matter how bad you think I am now, I've calmed down a lot, and I know the negative effect it is getting me. People still trust me, but the trust they had, like, I'm still selling out restaurants based off review.
yeah.
But in the past, it was more. Even though I had less followers then, I had more trust then than now. But now there's empathy. Okay, someone's business. Instead of being brash, you know, either I keep
Yes,
quiet.
you have to just be diplomatic.
Yeah,
or
but it is affecting
because-
like
yeah.
being
No, but
diplomatic.
but your own is different. There's no how you can be diplomatic with it.
No,
If the food is not sweet, it's not sweet.
No.
So you just have
I
to.
can. So instead of saying, it's like, I'll have loved if this jollof rice, you know, had more pepper. I didn't really enjoy it, you know. You guys should
Okay.
work on. Like,
Yeah.
But then what is this? We're waiting, like, you get so now, you know, there's more empathy in my reviews.
I
There's more-
totally understand because it's the same thing with me.
Exactly. Also, so don't F up the money. You can
yes.
relate. You can relate to that. So don't say things that would block some, because I
Yeah.
have many enemies that do not work with me because I give them advice on their products.
But you know the funniest thing, Nigerians, we have to also have this change of mindset
It will never
against
happen.
critics,
It will never happen.
right? Because some of the brands I work with now are brands that I've actually criticized, and they'll be like, oh, it's true. You know, it's the ones that feel like, how dare you, you know,
Who
or
did
they
this
feel
one?
you get, or they feel like it's not even easy. They feel like, oh, you're insulting us and you still want money from us. Nigerians are always feeling that way. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why it's good for critics not to depend on brands giving you money.
100%.
Just do your thing. Do you get? Just do your thing. Be
100%.
yourself. And I'm so surprised that sometimes some of the brands I work with, are the people that have criticized, be like, okay, can you help us make this
What's it called
better?
again? Consulting, actually.
Thank
I
you.
do that a lot for brands.
You see what I'm saying? Yes.
Consulting.
Yeah, they're just like, what can we do to make it better?
There's money
That's
in
how
that
it's.
part, but I don't show it. But I consult for a lot of restaurants.
Yeah, I know.
There's
I'm still
money.
thinking about the one you said, though.
Which
9
one?
million. So by now it should be like 100 million a month
Wow.
or so.
I never. That's kids' money. Buying mansion in Lekki and
In
Kini,
Lekki.
I don't have that. It's just good money. We're managing it.
Do you guys have any other question before I ask my last question?
Okay,
for
so like,
Opeyemi?
what's interesting?
I like your outfit, by the way.
He doesn't like camera. I
The
don't
green
know
one,
why.
like I like
Thank
the
you.
green top.
Thank you very
I like
much.
it. Very gentle
It means a lot
fashion.
that you like something. It means a lot. I'm really.
I like your cooking now, my hair.
No, there's so many personality that I've seen, and yours is very, very interesting.
See why
Psychologically, like I see people and I'm like, okay, you know, why is this person like this? You know, is it very natural for you? Where does this come from? You know, it feels so natural for you. That's what I want to say. So where does it come from? You know, where do you think it comes? I have a friend. They are Oyo. By the way, shout out to Oyo people. Ibadan.
Except Amala, what else do they have? Except I'm like, what else do they have?
I'm like, oh, well, this family is very interesting. I kind of like learn from them. Them Edo people too. Sometimes I have a Edo family too. When I
I've been
go
to
to
Edo
them,
before.
you know,
That's it. Edo is more worried than worried. Like,
yes, you're right. You're
Amaya
right.
Bora, shout out to you.
Can never be worry, oh. Can never be more than
I mean,
worry.
She's
Worry
Recently,
is worry.
I've been to Wario. Been to Enere Junction. Yeah.
so. I mean, where is this from? It has to because it's so natural. Where is this from? Where does
I'll say it's Lent. So because when I was starting, the 7 people that were before me, I thought I was better than them. I do not really have anyone to mentor me. I do not have anyone to look up to. I do not have anyone to like copy. So I began copying people that were not food critics. Like that braggadociousness and saying I'm the best and nobody's better than me
Yeah.
was stolen from MI.
Ah.
When MI was new in the game, MI
guy.
was very braggadocious.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's MI I copied. Like I copied the strategy in his music. I
In
just
his
turned
music.
it into food. So that braggadociousness from MI. Then the saying it as it is without consequence. Do you know Osage Alonge?
That's my G.
The music critic.
That's my
you knew him then.
Of course.
Yeah.
And he would say stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that persona is Osage Alonge persona. Then Chef Rex, out of just respect, like, you know, is the chef in the food space. He did things that nobody else did. That person, I think there are 4 people. MI, then David Doe. So I'm a rich kid though, but I'm making a name for myself. That's David Doe. You know, so that's persona. So those were my 4 early personas. And being there, done that, they are still there. And now I'm taking on the personas. Based off numbers, I realized that skit makers, they blow really, really, really fast.
Yeah.
But their lifespan is not so long.
Yeah.
But they blow really, really fast. So right now, I'm taking on the persona of not a skit maker, but like skit makers, you know, infusing humor into my content. And, you know, everybody is doing the food is sweet, which is not bad. But I'm like, okay, how can I stand out? What can I do to become mainstream? And most people that will know me here knew me from my reaction videos,
Yeah.
my funny food videos. That was when, you know, things changed. And within 3 months, I remember, within 3 months, I had like more than 200k followers.
Oh wow.
When I started
Yeah.
being funny with food. So again, these things look like cruise. It looks like play.
But you have it in you to be funny with food.
No, yes, but it's
You
like
get, but you learned
but
it from
like,
somewhere.
I brought that.
Yeah.
So it was there before I was serious in my videos. I was
Yes, but
I
now
was
you
brash,
like,
I was
I have another
braggadocious.
talent,
I
yes.
wasn't funny, but now I'm like, okay, let me. Also, too, as a content creator, you need to evolve.
Evolve, yeah.
You need to always keep evolving because what people like you for now, in 6 months time,
They'll get
they are
tired.
tired of it.
Yeah.
So like so right now I'm in the skits maker, even though I don't do skits. But like I'm very, very funny in my videos. Even though shouting content, I'm just trying to be funny. Because skits makers they blow really, really fast. And in my numbers it's telling. So I'm curious to see the next
The
niche
niche.
that I
Yeah.
would then relate. So I think
That's actually very interesting. Like, cause for me, I'm looking at you. I'm like, okay, it has to be from like maybe when you were small. I mean, there's something about you that is, that you like expressing yourself regardless. But
actually I do. I studied mass com writing.
okay,
I was a journalist for years before I switched about. So I think so. These things are
Everything.
in me.
everything.
So like,
Yeah.
it's not maybe I like they are in it. It's just I did not just show that part
Yeah.
out. Like, I
And
can
then
be
you got
very
inspired.
religious.
Yeah.
with
Yeah. So like
people.
I'm very. I'm a church boy.
Really?
Technically, but that part of me,
Really?
nobody knows it. Yes. I mean, I'm in the
Okay.
world, so I'm a church boy. But that part of me, nobody knows it because I don't show it. And maybe one day I might marry church and food together, and you see that pattern. Those are the church community. But I doubt it will ever happen because like they're very. So these things are in me. Like I did not just plug them, but it's just I did not just express that part in form of food. I like that question, by the way.
Shout out to MI. I can't express
I
enough.
met him last month in Abuja.
First
I
time.
was a fanboy.
Yeah.
I've seen him, but like
Okay.
meeting him one-on-one, talking in the cigar lounge, and
He was so intentional because I used to be like a producer at the time where he came out, music producer. And then I tell people that it was intentional when they do a string when he's coming in. There's a heavy string like orchestra when he's doing his music. And I'm like, for a rapper, do you understand? Just to make him high up
know?
there. I'm
MI
like,
is the goat.
you know?
MI is
Shout
the greatest
shout out to
Nigerian rapper
Yeah.
of our time.
yeah, he is actually.
F your faves. M for rap. It is MI.
I mean, but another thing I wanted to ask is, are you scared? Because obviously you're a creative.
Yeah.
You are a genius, because
Amen,
everything.
Genius.
Yeah.
See why?
In
No,
your
no, no, no.
way. Yeah.
It's not. For me, I define creativity mostly. For me, when it works, is when you are a creative.
I think that's unfair, though.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I think it's
but
unfair to those who are trying and it's not working out.
Yeah.
okay, fine, it's unfair, but it's a standard
But the
that
game is the game.
I try to like put in my head that it just have to the genius
Translate,
level
yeah.
you have like we all respect Kanye,
No,
he's a
some of
rapper.
you, not me, you people. Continue, you're saying.
Voila, you don't respect Kanye.
MI is there.
Where did I get it from though?
Shout out to his inspiration, Miss MI. I mean, Kanye, yes, is good, but I respect. Even before he's rubbish. I never. I
But
like Migos, though. I like
Yeah.
Drake. F Kendrick Lamar. I love Drake. don't ping this thing. Don't beep it. Drake is a goat. He's a genius.
I love this, man. I love this. This conversation is getting to my zone.
It's your zone now. I'll just leave you guys.
That do hostile takeover. Kendrick, if you want to be a king based off your work, not based off I beat this person. If you're yeah, you were saying, sorry.
I mean, you're creative. Are you kind of concerned that this could like your management, them trying to like create a
Team.
brand
Oh,
out
no,
of
no,
you?
no, straight up.
Yeah. Because you said something that they even said maybe you should start doing posh kind of thing. I mean that's worrisome because you figure out what you like doing. I like the fact that you said you went to Bonu.
I think that helped
that's
me. So
grimy.
so they came like this year. So if I was new and it was like a big name that came, they could
Yeah.
have easily influenced
Mm,
me.
yeah.
And they were doing it for the good because that is what works. But because I've been doing this since, I know exactly
What?
who I
Yeah.
am, and I have numbers to back it up. That's why I could easily tell them not an option. So like I'll never say no, like straight up not an option. I kill it there and there. So I think that helped me. I think blowing late helped me in a way because I knew who I was and I'm like, no, don't package me this way. I'm speaking to the middle class. Once in a while, sprinkle so that they don't know. For affiliation's sake, yes, let Indomie and Co come. For genuinely speaking, I don't care about them. Give me your money, please, but like, my audience is not them, but just for affiliation, no Mattel, I work with them, blah blah blah. Is the middle. Like I want people to know that if Opeyemi goes to the streets and there's one woman selling in a corner, if Opeyemi touches our business from making 50K a day, 200K a day, that woman will make millions in it. And I have receipts. That is the brand I want. Like if Opeyemi touches your business, you will make money. That obvious. Like, and Opeyemi will not say it. The owners will say it. That is the brand I want. Now, I might evolve and
Yeah.
change that. But right
Yeah.
now, that's what I want. And with big brands, you can't really, like, a Mattel is selling. Now, if I do a post for them, we cannot really measure that because of Opeyemi, Mattel made 5 million in a day because
yeah.
clubs are there.
Sure.
But that woman selling Amala in Yaba, she knows how much she makes in a day. She knows that, okay, before this guy came, I was making this amount. After this guy came, because of this guy, I have IBP now. Goodbye IBP, because I've not rested and I'm making money. That is my flex. So yeah.
I mean, that's also very impressive. Caring about the
Small
It
business.
Yes. Small
benefits me, so
business.
I'll not
Small
even from
business.
Jesus, but it's mutual.
It's mutual. It's
Benefits
mutually
them more, but it benefits
beneficial.
me too.
So how is Bonu? It's interesting. Like you
Only is
mentioned.
not the media. The media misleads a lot of people. They only like, as a victim too, they only post the bad parts. For example, now if this podcast goes viral now, I've said many sensible things, but maybe the part of me saying, "Oh, our soup is whatever," that's the only part they will show. And those who don't know about me will say that part, and they will form an ideology that this guy is saying this. So the media does that a lot. That's why I've been to a lot of states. Like I was in Biosas. I've been to many Nigerian states that the media paints in a bad light. But look here, sorry to say, the only states I'm scared to go to is your state.
Imo State.
Yes, that Monday stuff. No, like that Monday stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever, and I'm an offend man. No. I ain't trying to get kidnapped and stuff. But like many states that the media portrays as bad, I'm not saying they are good. I'm not saying they are the best. When you go there, you're like, it's not like.
Yeah, it's
Sorry to say, in my opinion, the most unsafe state in Nigeria is Lagos State.
Really?
But we are used to it. Like it's only in Lagos that when you are driving, they'll rob you in your car. Other states, maybe they have kidney, but robbing in your car, it is normalized in Lagos that media does not like. It's seen as normal.
Normal.
Like there are many, like they steal cars in Lagos, but it's cool about that. But yes, once in a while, when they bomb in Bono, everybody hears
Headline.
about it. I'm very sure today they will rob people in their car today in Lagos. They rob people yesterday. They'll rob them tomorrow, but won't carry it in the media. So Bono is not, again, it is not heaven, no, but it is not half as. It's like a Keja. When I was there, it's like a Keja. It gives the Keja vibes.
Honestly,
Same with Bayelsa
I'm
too.
surprised.
But that court is what, maybe it is there, but I've been there at least 6 times in the past 2 years. Port Harcourt is a vibe. They have good food. Bayelsa, they have like to me, they have the best food in Nigeria, but nobody knows. 50K for anybody that knows about this Bayelsa food in this place. 50K. Anybody?
that knows what?
Any
Bayelsa food.
Oh,
Bole.
my days.
Yeah? But it's not Bayelsa, it's Port Harcourt.
There's a soup I know, but I
50K,
forgot.
exactly.
I forgot.
And they have the most soups in my opinion.
Yeah, they do actually.
But the media, maybe all rigging or like, yes, that is a story. But there are other stories that the media doesn't carry. So I used to do that before. I used to use my platform to tell stories about different states.
That's very
But then I'll
impressive.
go there and I'll tell 10 positive stories and I'll say, oh, this restaurant's jollof rice is not good, and they'll now vex and say we're tribalism. So I'm like, fuck all of you. I used to do it before actively. I'll travel to different states, tell the food stories in those states. Show them, okay, this is what locals are eating. These are the dishes that are in these states that you don't know about. I used to do that actively. But when I'm like, nobody's paying me to do this, I'll do this. I'll be posting about your food. Then I'll go to your fast food and say, this jollof rice people are eating here, this is not the way they make it. Then they'll now gang up and say, oh, go back to your states. This is bloody tribalist. What do you mean by? I'm like, wow, these motherfuckers. Is this the thanks I get? You know what? F all of it. So like, I don't do that as much as I used to before. I genuinely wish I did it. Like, I want to go to Imo States.
Please do.
I love Eastern culture, but when you say something about the Easterners, about their food that they don't like, based off my experience, which is not fact, they tend to be very sensitive, overly sensitive, and they start bashing you. And, like they'll use buzzwords like tribalists because Ope said our soup is overrated. Yeah, so it's like, because I said, but I was in Enugu and I was posting about things that you guys don't post about, and they were going viral. But because I said jollof rice here has too much crayfish. Jollof rice should not have crayfish. Oh, you tribalist. Go back to it. I'm like, you know what? All of you be fine.
Are you sure it's just Igbo? I think it's everywhere.
No,
like people...
again, I've been to the north.
Okay.
So even so, in the north, just don't talk about religion. The most welcoming region in Nigeria, based off my experience as a Yoruba person at the Northerners. And I've been to Sokoto, Kano, Borno, Kaduna, Abuja just 3 times because it was that fun.
Yeah.
In my own experience, now I love everybody. Before they go and say, see this guy now, everybody's against us. In my own experience, the most welcoming region in Nigeria are the Northerners. Just don't mention religion and don't dress too Lagosy. In the East too, offline, no.
Yeah.
Offline, in person, they are nice.
Of course.
In person, like I had a vibe in Enugu. I was partying every day. I think those in Enugu will match Lagosians in partying.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But online, the feedback
Yeah.
was like very, very nasty, and it will just make you see that region a certain way. Like most bloggers, most food bloggers, again, I'm digressing. It's only
That's fine.
when they are making Igbo soup that they beg and put disclaimer that please, oh, I'm not making it where your grandma made it. Oh. It's only when they are making Eastern food that this is my recipe. Please don't insult me. They don't ever do it for Yoruba food. They don't ever do it for Northern or this thing or Middle Belt food. It's only when they are making food from a certain region that they always disclaim and beg that this
I
is not your
haven't
grandma's
noticed
recipe.
that. I haven't noticed
That's
that.
my space. I can even call names of those who have begged if you want me to. Like I have receipts.
Does
And
it-
those watching it, they know.
Does
But it's not everybody, because I don't think I'm like that.
No. So again, I'm not saying I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying majority.
Yeah.
It's like saying Yorubas love pepper. Not everybody's a fact.
It's a fact though.
Because when I was in the East, I had no idea until I was in the East. I'm like, yo, make Indomie for me. Make it spicy. Abiofe manu. And what they call spicy in the hotel I stayed wasn't very spicy. I'm like,
I see.
okay, true, I like pepper.
Yeah, you realize that.
Same way there's a region in Nigeria that loves crayfish more than others. I didn't call anybody's name. All of us are thinking it. So like not everybody, but like it's a thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah.
Do you actually feel like, how do you feel when the backlash comes? Like,
You keep asking about backlash. I get more love than backlash.
okay, no, that's fine.
I know.
But
Like,
at the end of the day,
why are we
is it-
discussing the 30 people out of the 100 when there's 70 people? Like I get more love.
Okay,
You know-
okay, so that's fine by you though.
Yeah. Like when I go to this state, like I have followers that if I don't pay for hotel. Like when I was in Kwara State, I had a man that said he will leave his mansion for me to stay for a week. Like that, like I get more love.
No, yeah.
There was one time I did a post saying, "Oh, my coffee has finished. Coffee is expensive." I have 1 year's worth of coffee in my house because followers from Nigeria and abroad kept sending me coffee. So it's like I get far more love than hate. But
than
those who
hate.
sense it will not announce that
And then,
I sent him coffee.
Maybe somebody, so some of them
Yes.
might hate you and still like you secretly, or maybe they just find they want to be
When
popular.
they meet
You know?
me, they always say, "Here, let's take pictures." So it's like, so I
Because
get far
I
more
did
love.
a
Yeah.
little bit of research on you before you
Interesting.
came. Yes, I did. And because one of the reasons why I wanted you to come is because I feel like you stood out in a whole food critic thing. Yes, you did stand out. And I thought, oh, we need to be here. So let me do a little bit of like, 70% was like, no, I don't like Opeyemi.
No, that's
You-
the one you saw.
That's what I'm saying. The people that I spoke to, and I kept asking them why, but I didn't get.
Media. It's the media. Like this
Yeah,
podcast.
I
now.
didn't get
They'll take out one
cogent
part.
reason.
Yeah, it's the
The
media.
only one I know I got was he likes bragging too much.
No, 100%. I said what I said. Everything I bragged about, I stand on it. I said what I said.
But I think also that bragging that is making you maybe make people not like you is still one of the reasons why you're popular.
I'll say one thing.
Yes.
There are many other food critics that are hardworking, but they are doing things
The same way.
the way people want them to do it, the controlled way. And that's why when you thought about food critics, your first option was the guy that is
Yeah.
doing it opposite.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just asking who is better, am I? So it's like, what do you guys want from me? You want me to conform and do it your way so that you're like, I have people that when their faves say this food is good,
That's it.
and they love that person.
Yeah.
And Okpe says this food is not good. Even though they love you more than they love me, they trust me more than they trust you. I know this.
Because that's your niche.
And
yeah.
you want me to still conform and be that safe.
That
Like
same,
the
yeah.
mass, like I know that you don't like me, but you respect me more than those that you like in the food space. So why should I change
No, don't change.
and be that, controlled, nice guy? Like, so like balancing it, man, is not easy.
It's not easy, but the
Yes.
most important thing is, like I said, that trust and confidence in your reviews is very, very important. That you should
And when
definitely
you meet me, even
keep
though
up.
you hate me, you say hi. And be like, oh, it's not that many persons, the character. So, like, I know this. I meet them a lot. Oh, I didn't used to like you, but I met you now. You're a vibe. I was wrong. Please unblock me. I get that a lot.
So you've blocked a lot of
I
people.
don't unblock them. Yes, 50 people every day.
Wow.
I get 1K followers, like, steady every
Steady,
single day.
yeah.
1K followers, and I block 50 people every day. That's why followers don't, because I'm like, okay, if I lose you, like, 1K will come tomorrow, even if I don't post.
Okay, final question.
Interesting.
What next for Opeyemi? What should we be
Man
looking out
proposes,
for?
God disposes. I have a plan, but I'm winging it. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. I think branching out of food and I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I think right now I'm mentoring like
Okay.
people in my space that I think will be the future. Those who will continue the good work that I'm doing, even though I don't plan to stop, but
Yeah. You
like
can't stop.
collaboration over competition.
Yes.
Because
yes.
again, when I started, those before me, they did not F with me.
Yeah, you said they
And
blocked you.
yes, like 2 blocked me. You drink Lagos, you get, I'm calling names. So I feel like if they supported, like not maybe giving me like, but if they just supported me, put me through, showed me the rope. Some things I did or I'm doing, I wouldn't have done it. Like I would have
Yeah.
grown faster.
Yeah.
So now, like young Gen Z food content creators that I feel are hardworking,
Yeah.
that I feel this person has potential. This person will blow either ways.
Yeah.
But if their blow is in 4 years' time, me being involved
We'll
can
make it faster.
1 year, 2 years. So like I'm on that, phase, just supporting
That's
content
nice.
creators. So I think that's like my short-term plan. If I say I have a long-term plan, I want to be a billionaire. I don't know how, but that one I want to be a billionaire. Like I want to be a billionaire so that my haters, I'll flex on them and for myself, for my generation. But I don't know how, but I'm working towards it. But right now, in the present, I'm currently just working with around Nigeria, by the way.
Yeah.
With young food content creators and just giving them blueprints now. Like the pig one I told you about, that instead of just saying I went to a restaurant, the food is sweet, to get more numbers and still be original. If you edit your videos or do it this way, you get more numbers. You do this. If you say this instead of this, like be you.
Yeah.
But instead of doing it this way, instead of working hard, basically, work smart.
Yeah.
Like, so like I'm giving some of them the game and just making things easier for them. So I'm in that phase right now. What is left for me? This time last year,
Yeah.
I wasn't doing reactions. This time last year, I was just food popular amongst only those in the food niche.
Yeah.
Then I stumbled across reactions and this one etiquette, and so I'm chilling for what will happen this year. Obviously, I don't know, evolve. I don't know. That's the honest to God truth. All I know is that at every point I find myself, I'll be very, very hardworking and smart working, and I'll be strategic. But saying I have like a long-term plan. I'm lying to you. And it scares me. It scares me.
That's cool.
I
That's
live in
really-
Nigeria too, so Nigeria can just do a policy and spoil
And
my
you
world.
have no plan to Jackpot, right? This is home.
Not an option. Only if there's war.
And there will not be
Or
war
maybe
in
if
Jesus' name.
I review a brand owned by a cartel. And I hear that, okay, there's a price on your head, though. Straight up, I'll run. So I'm going to say where I'll run. So, but you guys will not see me again. Please don't try it. I'm just playing. Let me not give you ideas. Don't put the price on my head.
All right, thank you so much, Opeyemi. It's
Thanks
been
for
an
having me.
amazing time.
Thanks for
I
having
had so much fun, and I hope you guys were able to learn a lot from this episode today.
cried
We have
and
gifts
tried.
for Opeyemi. Where is this gift to? Courtesy one of our sponsors. Hope you don't mind.
Sure.
Yes.
Is it wine?
Hi, that's true. We should have brought wine for him.
Is it wine glass?
No, give it to him. No, it's from Imperial Cosmetics. So,
Interesting.
yeah,
Simply
they make
luxury.
perfume and all the rest.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Bomb soap. Does it make your bomb bigger?
No, it actually takes care of stretch marks and all of those. So those ones for your family members.
Using natural. Is it for men? Can men use it?
Yes, for men can use it too. Yeah, that's why I gave it to you now.
Stretch mark and blemishes.
Yes, and then you have your perfume.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah,
Rejoicing perfume.
mist.
Okay. Oh, I like this already.
Yeah.
Silver for him. Dear woman, instead of getting your men singlets and boxers, get him perfumes.
Perfumes. Yeah.
You are welcome. Okay, out.
So thank you guys very much. I hope you had fun today. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. And then make sure you join us again next week for another exciting episode of CreativiTEA. Until then, bye.